Alright, KT2020 users, this is a quick video on how to use this box, how to set it up, how to set up real Debrid, and some tips and tricks. If you're a video game user, we'll cover all the video game stuff in another post that I'll put up. But for now, let's just get you up and running and show you how to work this thing. So first of all, your box should look similar to this. Plug in your HDMI, plug the power cable in, HDMI to your TV obviously, and then your hardwired Ethernet cable if you're using that. If not, I'll show you how to hook up your Wi-Fi. So get that hooked up, turn it on. You'll eventually see a screen like this. You're also going to have your remote here. First things first, you can change the colors by hitting FN and F2. Those will allow you to change your colors, pick something you like. I should note that you need to turn it on. The on switch is up here. Make sure this is fully charged. It should last you about 2 weeks. You don't have to turn it off because it will go into sleep mode. If you want to save even more battery, you can. It charges with the cable in the box, and any sort of phone charger will work fine. The controls on here are pretty simple. Up, down, left, right, and OK. This is your back button right here. It looks like a mouse. I'm trying to focus this in a little bit better for you guys. The back button is right here. That's the mouse. And then there's a home button here, and that will bring you back to the main menu at any point. The volume is right here, up and down. There's your volume. And all the rest of these are obviously just keys for typing. And this is a touchpad, which you don't really need to use very often. I'll go over a couple other... Oh, there's the mute button as well here. We'll go over all of this as we move through this video. So first of all, now that you know how to use this controller, go ahead and... Oh, another thing on this controller, this does not require a line of sight, meaning it works almost anywhere in your house. I prefer this one over the little controller that comes with it. You can use this under the covers. You can use it just about anywhere. You don't need to point it at the screen. Do whatever you want, but I prefer this. All right. We have to set up our internet. If you're going to do a wired connection, you just simply plug in your Ethernet connection, and you can skip this part. If we're going to do the Wi-Fi, you're going to need to hook that up. So here's what we need to do. You're going to go over to that green, bluish gear. Some of you may have a slightly different menu, but it should all be about the same way. You're going to go to the gear and go ahead and click the gear. Once you click the gear, go to Network and Internet, the first one at the very top. You're going to find your Wi-Fi as you would just with your phone or your computer or anything else, and you're going to go ahead and click on your Wi-Fi connection, and let's see, and you'll enter your password. So where it says Wi-Fi, I'm going to go ahead and click that, and it's going to pull up a bunch of different connections. Mine is New England Clam Router. I'll go ahead and click on that, put my password in, make sure it says connected, and then you can go ahead and back out. It should say connected right underneath your internet Wi-Fi name, sorry. So that's connected now. We have to make sure this is running properly. You need to go to the little rainbow icon. That's going to be a speed test. This is extremely important before we do anything else. Make sure you run your speed test. Again, if you're going to be running 4K content of any kind, this needs to be in the 70 to 80 range, and that's bare minimum for 4K. If you run the speed test and you have no internet speed or it's very low, you need to fix that before we move forward here. You're going to have nothing but problems. You need at least somewhere in the 30 range for this to work properly with normal HD content. This is the extreme version. If you have the game version or the basic version, it will look very similar, but it's basically all the same things. Up here in the left-hand corner at the top is your KT2020. The IPTV is going to be your live TV. If you're choosing to use the live TV, that is the $10 a month service. Not connected with me. We just partner with them. Great company. Awesome, awesome company. But you'll have to go to cordclippers.com and sign up. That is where you will watch your live TV. And I have a separate video on how to set up your live TV, so make sure you watch that. Of course, that little arrow with the red thing is YouTube. Settings. This is where you will go to put your Wi-Fi in if you already have not, or repair your controllers. There's also a couple other settings in there, but you really should not have to mess with too much under settings. That little rainbow looking icon is your speed test. This is the very first thing you're going to do once you get your Wi-Fi set up. So Dig is your video games. That's where all your video game systems are going to be. And that little MAME red icon there, that's for the arcades. These will be covered in the video game section, our video that I posted, so we won't go over that in here. And then down here at the bottom, I just have some other icons set up that you probably won't have or won't need. And then QS is what you would click if you need remote help, if you need us to remote in and fix anything for you. That's where you'll go for that. So let's get into this right away. Let's go over the KT2020 features and let's get Real Debrid set up for you. So go ahead and click KT2020. Now the very first thing you want to do if this is your first time using this box is make sure you first did that internet speed test. Make sure you got the correct speeds. And if you're going to be using 4K, your speeds need to be in the 70s and 80s. If you do not have 70s and 80s speeds and you're trying to do 4K, we're going to have a problem. And you need to reach out to me so I can make some adjustments for you. But if you have internet, all of this nice, lovely pictures will pop up here. I would suggest you just leave this, let this sit for 2-3 minutes. It's doing a ton of updates in the background, and you just want that to go through properly. So pause the video. If this is your first time, let that sit for a couple minutes. Come on back. All right, you're back here. Now, the very first thing we need to do is make sure Real Debrid is installed and activated. What is Real Debrid? Real Debrid is required if you have AT&T, Comcast, Xfinity, Charter, almost all these major internet companies. They are blocking streams left and right. Technically, it's against the law. There's current class action lawsuits going on. It's a big mess. But how are you going to fight these multi-billion-dollar companies? You really can't. What you can do is you use Real Debrid, and that gets around everything. It gives you access to special private servers, so your movies and TVs will work flawlessly, phenomenally. You'll get your 4K streams. You won't have to deal with any bullshit. All right, how do you do Real Debrid? Well, first of all, we have to sign up for Real Debrid. You need a Real Debrid account. How do we do that? You go to my website, www.kt2020more.com. I'm going to go take you to the computer. You can do this on your phone, a laptop, tablet, whatever you want, but you need to sign up for realdebrid.com, and I will show you how to do that now. All right, as you can see here, there's the website, ktandmore.com. Go put that into your browser. That's going to take you to our website. It may look different by the time you see this video, but if you scroll to the bottom of our main page, you're going to see Real Debrid. You're going to go ahead and click on that Real Debrid link, and it will bring you to Real Debrid. There you go. Now from here, you're going to go to Premium Offers. And you're going to go and click on that. These are in euros. Keep this in mind. This comes out to about $3 a month or so. I would suggest you do the 90-day. If you don't believe me or you want to check this out and don't want to spend the money, you get the 15-day over here or the 30-day. But this will not remind you when it's up. So if Real Debrid expires on your account, you're not going to get a reminder, and your box is going to stop working. And you're going to say, hey, Tim, my box sucks. And I'm going to say, hey, did Real Debrid expire? So what you want to do is make a note somewhere or something and let yourself know when this expires. So you go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and do that. Put your credit card information in. I promise this is cheap. I promise this is safe. I have been using this for over 10 years. Go ahead and do that. Get that set up. And then we'll go back to the KT box. All right, here we go. Now you're going to have to put your Real Debrid information in 3 separate times. It must be done 3 times, and it must be done correctly. You'll want to go ahead with the remote and scroll over to Systems. Once you're at System, you're going to push down, and you're going to see Real Debrid Activation for Saren, and you're going to see this next one, Main Real Debrid Activation. We need to do this twice. So we'll start with the first one. Click Real Debrid Activation Saren. Hit OK on your remote control. It will bring you to this menu. You are going to go over to Accounts. So at the top, scroll over to Accounts. Bring this down, and you'll need to enable Real Debrid. Mine's already enabled, but because I already have this installed. But you'll need to click the button so it enables it. Then you'll simply come on down here to Authorize Real Debrid. You're going to click that button, and it's going to give you a code. We'll do it right now just so I can show you what's going on. I click that button. There you go. It says I have to go to that web address. So back on your computer, your phone, your tablet, wherever you signed up for that Real Debrid account, enter that address, real-debrid.com/device. when you go to that website, there's going to be a spot that you put that code into. I'll go show you. All right, here I am with that address, real-dbrid/device. I am going to go ahead and type in that code from my KT box in this section right now. When you do that, on your screen over here, it should say authorized, which it just did. There you go, Real Debrid authorized. That means that one is complete. Back on your computer or your phone, it's going to ask you if you want to give this a name. That's it, whatever you want to do. You can give it a name if you want, it doesn't matter. You can. All right, so here we are. Again, now we're going to move over to main Real Debrid, okay? Activation. You're going to click that, main Real Debrid activation, and we're going to go over to URL, Universal Resolvers at the top. Just click over one, and you're going to come on down here until it says Real Debrid right here. You want to go ahead and click Reauthorize My Account. You're going to click that. It's going to do the exact same thing it just did. It's going to give you a code. Go ahead and put that in there. I'm not going to do that again since I already showed you, but go ahead and pause the video and put that in. All right, now finally, this is the third time this needs to be done. This is also very important. You need to go back over here to movies, press down, click on FEN, F-E-N, that blue icon. You're now going to come all the way down here and go to Premium Services and click OK. Once again, click Premium and click Real Debrid. And you're going to come down here and click Reauthorized Real Debrid. It's going to give you that code again. It's going to go to tell you to go to another website again. Put that code and that put that code on the website, and it will once again say authorized, and you will be good to go. Now let me show you one little trick after that's done. So once that says authorized, as I was mentioning, Real Debrid sometimes will expire, and you don't know when that will expire. You can check how many days of Real Debrid you have left before that expires. You simply go to System, you press down, and you go all the way over here to the right to Real Debrid account information. And if you click on that, it will tell you exactly how many days in your account you have left, and you can kind of keep an idea on it from right here. So in my case, I have 36 days remaining of my Real Debrid. Fantastic. All right, let's get to watching, playing movies, all that good stuff now. FEN is our new #1 server. That is our choice. This is fast. That's what you're going to use for always. You don't have to click FEN. You can simply click movies or TV shows. Saren is our #2 source. That's for watching TV shows like Netflix, and it will binge watch and go into the next TV show, so you don't have to click anything, just as before. And the Crew is basically our backup choice. I use the Crew for older TV shows. The Crew takes the longest to load anything. It's going to take some time, but you'll find very old shows or very old movies that you can't find with FEN or Saren. So what you'll always do is want to use FEN. If you can't find something with FEN, try the Crew. And Exodus is just a backup of a backup last choice scenario. Don't even worry about it. Let's show you how to look up a movie. So I'm going to go ahead and click on movies. And again, we'll go and click on movies. Now you're going to have all of these options. You can go ahead and click any of these and look through them and whatnot. You have most popular and trending and whatnot. This will show movies playing in the theater. However, two things with this. First of all, that's technically illegal. Second of all, they're normally bootlegged because they are in the theater, or they look like crap, or they may even give you a warning asking you to download some crap. That's because these are just Chinese bootlegged in copies of these theaters and the movies. I don't suggest doing it. Go pay and see the damn movie in the theater, or just wait until it comes out or is about to be released, and you'll be able to find it here. So that's the thing with the in-theater movies. But back to this, you can look up movies by years, all of the years. And, you want to see what movies were made in 1989. You can go inside year and then click the 1989 and get all the movies from there. But for the most part, I normally go to search because I know what I want to watch. So you'll go to search, and you'll go up to new search. And let's say we're going to watch Forrest Gump. So I'm going to type in Forrest Gump here in new search. Now the thing is, when you type in a movie, It must be correct. This is not Google. It has to be spelled correctly with all the correct punctuation marks or any dashes and hyphens and this and that. If you're looking up a movie and it says it didn't find it, that's because you probably typed it in incorrect. So just make sure you got that spelled right. Capital letters and lowercase, that doesn't matter. So I searched for Google or Forrest Gump. It found the result for Forrest Gump. There it is. I go ahead and click OK again. Now, I have a 4K enabled box here, so you're going to see 4K, right? If you don't have 4K, you're not going to see that. It should start at 1080p. So we click OK, and it will go down the list now, and it will find the best possible stream, and you'll be playing. Here you can see it's searching for the right one. Looks like it found it. It did. It's playing. And there we go. Forrest Gump is playing. It's starting to buffer up. I personally, as a trick, I like to pause the movie once it starts and just give it a minute or two. You don't have to do this, but it allows the movie to buffer, and in case your internet is slow or whatever, you won't have any issues playing anything. So there's Forrest Gump. It's playing. Looks good. Again, your volume is here. Volume down is here. And if you're watching TV shows, stick around because I need to show you something very important with TV shows. But let me go over a couple things here. There's your volume. There's that. You have mute right here. Pause is right here. To fast forward a movie, you use these buttons on this side. The more you press them, the faster it fast forwards. So if you press it once, it's 10 seconds. If you press it twice, it's 20 seconds. Three times, it's 30 seconds. So keep that in mind with the fast forwarding. There are a couple things here I want to go over for tricks, subtitles, and stuff like that. If you're a subtitle person, what you want to do is you want to bring up that bottom menu down here. See that on the bottom? To do that, you simply touch the touchpad, and that will show up. Then you can go ahead and use your control bar down here, your remote, to move around in the bottom bar. We're going to go over these 4 icons over here because these are pretty important. The first one here, that's your subtitles. If you want subtitles on, you go ahead and click them on or you turn them off. On and off right there. And you can save by default. So if you always want subtitles on, you can just go down here and set it for default for all media, and you'll always have subtitles on for everything you watch. I personally don't like them, so I turn them off. All right. And then sometimes you're going to have movies that are not playing in the right language. Some of them default to Russian or Polish or whatever. That's fixed by going over here to this little speaker. These are just like DVDs and Blu-rays. They have different audio tracks. Here's a perfect example. This one is in Hindi. I don't want to watch Forrest Gump in Hindi, so I go ahead and click the audio stream, and I would make that English. Simple as that. And while you're in here, the audio offset, if your lip sync, if the words, the sound is not matching up for some reason with the footage on the TV screen, this is where you'll adjust that. You can go forwards and back on that. You know, this all comes down to different TVs and whatnot. By default, it's set at 0.125, but you can go ahead and fix that. And again, you can set that as the set default for all media, and you'll never have to mess with this stuff again. There you go. Okay, we're done watching Forrest Gump. We go ahead and we back out. You can just hit back button and back on through here. And you can go all the way back to the beginning. Say I want to watch a TV show. Now, this is very important with TV shows. This is a very cool new feature. If you like to binge watch TV shows, we now have this set up where once one show ends, the next episode will play automatically. You don't have to press anything. So instead of clicking TV shows, you'll just come straight down here, click Siren, go ahead and into that. It's going to be a different server. They all work pretty much the same, and we're going to search. So I'm going to watch, let's say I'm going to watch Breaking Bad, okay? I'm going to go search TV shows. And another thing to keep in mind is you can favorite everything. So you don't have to do this every time you want to watch something. Once you find your TV show, we're going to favorite it. Okay, here are the results for Breaking Bad. I want Breaking Bad right here. I'm going to favorite this so I never have to search for it again. Just highlight it, hold the OK button on your remote. You'll see this menu and go to Add to Favorites. Now, Breaking Bad will always be in favorites. Let me back out and I'll show you. We go over to favorites. I can click them. And over on the right side, you see Breaking Bad. It's in my favorites now. I simply click it and it will boot up Breaking Bad without me having to search for everything. There's Breaking Bad. There are the seasons. Now let me show you how it will play the next episode automatically with Saren. Remember, it must be with Saren. So we'll go to season 1 here. I'll load that up. And if you find that Venom might be slow or Saren might be slow, you can try different servers we have there that might be better for you. It all depends. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and play Gray Matter, and then I'll speed through and show you how the next episode will play. As you see, real Debrid, or I'm sorry, Saren looks a little bit different. It's going to bring up this screen. Just let it do its thing. Again, some shows might take 5 seconds to look up. Some might take 15. Some might take 2 minutes. You know, it's just let it do its thing. This is how technology is. All right, Gray Matter. This is the episode is playing right now. I'm going to skim to the end and show you how the next video will pop up. All right, now you see over in the corner, it's kind of blurry here. I'm sorry, my phone's not focusing. There we go. I can either hit play now and it'll play right away, or if I don't hit anything in the next 20 seconds, the next episode will automatically play. Super cool, convenient feature. Love it. Here's another quick tip. While it's preparing sources, if you think it's found enough, say there's like 40 or 50 in there, you don't need to wait for this entire thing to finish up. If you're in a hurry, you can go ahead and just click the back button once it's found, you know, 20, 30 sources or whatever, and it'll exit out and take you into the sources, and it would speed things up if you want to do that. Okay, here's another cool little trick. You can look up information on any movie and then start searching by directors or artists or actors. So if you go over and you find your movie, say Forrest Gump, we click and hold OK. We get this menu again. Go all the way to the bottom and click Open Info all the way at the bottom. It's going to bring up this super, super cool looking menu. It tells you how long the movie is, when it was made. The budget was $55 million, as you can see. It made $677 million. Cool. You can play the movie right from here. Or you can go over here and start searching through all the actors in the movie. You can go down to what else is recommended if you like that movie, the trailers, the studios. There's video games. If there's a video game on this, you can play it through there. All kinds of information. Say I like Tom Hanks, right? I can go over to Tom Hanks, click Tom Hanks, and now it's going to take me to every single movie that Tom Hanks has been in. And then we can go and just start clicking movies here, watching any movie Tom Hanks has been in. And now for the porn, this comes enabled by default. If you want to remove it, you can contact me and I can tell you how to take it off of here. But your porn is saved under favorites. And it's called XKT Fun X and XKT Fun X2. Both of these are your porn. If you want to remove these and don't want the kiddies to find them, just simply hold down OK and remove it out of your favorites. Now we've covered almost all of the TV and movie watching stuff. If you run into a problem, if your internet is working and something is not playing and things seem goofy, here is how you clean up your system. Do this again before contacting us with any problems. Simply go over to System, and if you click down on System, see all of these other categories, options. You're going to go over to the right, and you're going to see a bunch of these system cleans. You'll want to hit System Clean. Let that do its job. And you can clean individual servers as well. So if Venom is acting up or it seems very slow, you can come in here and click Venom, clean the crew, clean Saren, clean Exodus, and that should take care of any issues you have. Last but not least, for the TVs and the movies, you don't have to turn this off. As I mentioned, it's better to leave it on. If you want to go back to your main menu instead of closing out, just hit the menu button, and that will bring you back to the main menu. If you're having severe problems and you can't figure out what's going on, you really think something's wrong, once you're on the main menu, you can hit the back button again. It will bring you to this menu, and you can simply go over here to clean memory. Go ahead and click that, and that should wipe everything clean outside of completely turning off the unit. You'll see an option for the Google Store. If you do need to download something and from the Google Store, just make sure you sign out of the Google Store. If you stay signed in to this store, it may update applications on here, which will ruin the box, basically, and you'll be contacting us for some support. That will not be covered under warranty. So if you use Google Store, that's fine. Just make sure to remove your account after you sign in so it's not running. That just about covers everything for the TV and movie stuff. As always, there's going to be new things that pop up, and I will post them on the board or the website. If you're trying to play video games and you're interested in that, check out the other link for the video games. And keep an eye again on our website and our Facebook group. We're going to be offering several upgrades this time around. We're expanding the KT brand. We're going to have new remotes that have different features. We will have better game controllers. There's going to be a constant stream of new and cool things for your KT box. We also have the portable projector, so you can take all your KT games and movies on the go, and it's a little tiny projector that displays anywhere. And we also have the option, everything you see here, we can have this on your phone. So if you want to have all of this on your cell phone, take that to go to work or whatnot, we can make that happen too. Just reach out and talk to us. As far as your live TV and cord clippers go, I'll have a separate video on how to set up cord clippers to work perfectly for you. So check that out. Alright guys, thanks for watching.